Today, I'm going to show you how I made a fun card with some new things that I got from the Stampin' Up! Pre-order that I was able to do when we had the Stampin' Up! On Stage event back in November, and we were able to do a special pre-order for those of us that attended it. And so I got to pick out a couple of new items, and this is actually one of the new Celebration stamp sets that will be available for everyone to get their hands on for free, actually with an order of $50 or greater. I don't know if I'm making this any better or worse. So order of $50 or greater, starting in January. So January 4th, this cute little stamp set will be available. And I just made a super simple card with it today, cased a little bit out of the catalog. But yeah, just made something. I thought it was kind of fun and cute, and did some brighter colors on it because it's kind of dreary and rainy and cold and icky today. So I thought this is a perfect day to do something, bright green. So, all right. So, hey, Sally and Pam and Karen, thanks for hopping in today. I appreciate you being here. So this is a card we're going to make. Like I said, it's pretty quick and simple. Love that it actually uses a punch, and I probably should flip that over so you can actually see what punch it is. It's the Modern Oval Punch from the current mini catalog, and it actually coordinates very nicely with the Watercolor Melon stamp set from the Celebration catalog that will be starting here in early 2024. So it starts actually on January 4th. This will be available as one of the free items that you can get with an order of 50 or greater. Or if you were a demonstrator, you can actually earn it on a pre-order starting on December 5th. So if you're not currently a demonstrator and want to get your hands on some of these new products early, let me know. I'd be happy to chat with you more about it. So anyway, so this is what we're making today. It's a fun little stamp set, just got some really cute images in it of watermelon of all things. And it's kind of that, it's sort of, I think it's one of their distinctive, I don't know if they actually have it marked as that, but it's one of those that kind of gives you gradients of color. It almost looks watercolored when you stamp with it. So real easy to use, photopolymer so you can see through it and see where you're stamping. And two-step stamping, there's a little half watermelon slice, there's a quarter slice, the little rind that goes with each piece. And then this one's got a little chomp taken out of it. And then there's the full watermelon and leaves and the little seeds. And again, you can put pretty much any sentiment with this. It's just a fun stamp set. And like I said, the actually both this piece and this one coordinate with this punch, which is the Modern Oval Punch. And you can get that actually right now. It's bundled with a different stamp set in the current mini catalog, but you can get the punch and the stamp set that's currently available if you want it. Or you can grab the punch alone and then pick this up in January when you're able to start getting some free Celebration items. One other stamp set that I did use on this, and actually I didn't use any dies. When I was getting things ready, I'm like, my goodness, it's been ages since I've made a card without any dies. So, hey, Julianne, thanks for hopping in. And Roxanne as well, and Quinn, I see you're here too. So the Ice Cream Swirl stamp set is another one of the new ones that is coming in the upcoming mini catalog. This one does actually have dies that coordinate with it, but I didn't use them today. I just actually pulled the sentiment that says, hope your day is sweet, because I thought it worked well with the images, the watermelon images in the other stamp set. So that is the only thing that I used out of this, but this is another really cute little stamp set that is in the upcoming mini catalog. Again, this will be available to order beginning January 4th, or demonstrators can pre-order starting December 5th. So again, if you're not a demonstrator, now is a good time to join. Just saying. All right, let me set the punch aside here and talk about a couple things before we get going. Stampin' Up! Has some online exclusives that are available to order now. I just used one of them on my card project today. It's called Feathered Flight, and it's a really cool I guess stamp set that it's got duck images, which you wouldn't think they're cool, but they are. It's a beautiful stamp set. There is the new Meandering Meadow Suite. There's the little chunky, I'm trying to remember the name of them, little Fluffiest Friends bundle. So those are all things that are available. Plus, there's a lot more out there as well. In the online store, they're online exclusives, so they are only in the online store. So go out when you're shopping and take a peek go under menu and then click on online exclusives in the online store, and you'll see all the things that are only available online. So yeah, definitely go take a peek at those when you're putting your orders. Hi, Patricia and Kathy. Glad y'all are here. And then a couple of reminders. The Last Chance Products sale is going on right now, and that is for all of the items that are in the current mini catalog that are retiring. So that is the September to December 2023 mini catalog, and it's teeny tiny font, so there's no way you're going to read it on here. The details are posted on my blog, which is stampwithamyk.com, but this is the full list. There are a lot of things retiring out of that catalog, so make sure you're getting things ordered that are going away, because you don't want to miss out on anything good. And then there are a handful of items that are carrying over as well, and that is also listed out on my blog. So screen just froze up. Patricia, maybe try going out and coming back in, because mine seems to be going still. Hopefully all will be good if you do that. All right. Hey, Kathy, thanks for hopping in. So, all right, so let's get going. Card base is Lemon Lime Twist, which is like the brightest green ever, and I actually love it. I'm normally not much of a green person. Greens and oranges for me really aren't my thing, but I do love Lemon Lime Twist. It is one of my favorite colors, and I really love that Stampin' Up! Has gingham in Lemon Lime Twist as well. This is from the Glorious Gingham Designer Series paper pack, and both of these are in the current annual catalog. So hey, Drew, thanks for hopping in. So, oh, reloading is fine. Good, good. Glad to hear that, Patricia. I'm thankful that it's not on my side today. I was having issues earlier this week. I'm hoping everything is back to normal again today. So my card base is cut to 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2 across the middle. This card will actually work if you have the preferred card base, if you like the side folds better. So it's a 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 scored at 4 1/4. If that is your favorite card base, this card will definitely work with that. I just happen to have two of the card bases cut with the top fold because that's my favorite on it. And that's why I'm showing you a top fold card here. So again, this is from the Glorious Gingham. This should be cut to about 4 1/4 by about 5 1/2. So it should cover the whole card front once I get done yakking and actually start gluing things. So I've got multi-purpose liquid glue here that I'm using to adhere this panel to the card front. I don't love liquid glue. If you follow me, you know that that's not my favorite thing, but I do use it for situations like this when I have to or need to, and need that extra little wiggle room on things. Just because when I'm sticking it on the entire card front, sometimes I don't always get it on exactly straight the first time around, and so the liquid glue gives me a little chance to wiggle things around before it's stuck down for good. So, you love those colors? I do too. I'm glad that it's not just me, the bright colors. Like I said, Lemon Lime Twist is not something that I would normally be drawn to, but I do love it. So, all right. I've got a little piece of basic white cardstock. This one is cut to, hey, Robin, no problem. You're actually right on time. We're just getting started with the card. This one's cut to about 4 inches wide by about 3 inches tall. So again, 4 by 3 basic white cardstock. And we are gonna make sure that that's the right piece, because I had another one that was cut very similarly sized, and I thought, ooh, I better grab the right one, because the layering is not going to work if it's not the right size. Garden green ink, and this is the kind of leafy image from the Watercolor Melon stamp set. And I just got a new garden green ink pad with the ink pad sale, so it's really juicy. So I'm hoping that I'm not going to get the image way overloaded with ink, but if I do, well, we'll flip it over. And then I already got green on my, all right, I'll try not to stick my fingers in the ink either. So, all right, stamping that here on the basic white cardstock, inking it up, and we're going to stamp it again a second time, kind of over here to the right-hand side. And the placement of these, it doesn't really necessarily need to be in any certain spot. It's just a, little background fluff on it. And I'm going to close that up before I stick my fingers in it again. And then I have got the sentiment from the Ice Cream Swirl stamp set. Again, the Ice Cream Swirl stamp set will be available starting on January 4th to order from the new mini catalog. And then I've got Pebbled Path ink, and I'm just going to ink this up here. I'm going to try to get it sort of centered here on my grid paper, and then try to get it sort of centered here when I stamp it and straight. Those are the two things I aim for. Don't always get them. All right, there we go. I think we did a reasonable job of that. Next thing I've got is a piece of, always end up with ink in your fingers. I don't know. And the greens and the blues and the dark purples, for whatever reasons, are the ones that always end up all over me. The other colors I don't generally tend to make a mess with, but the dark colors, for whatever reason, that's the one where I'm yakking away and I go to close up the ink pad and I totally stick like 3 fingers in it, and then I'm a mess. So, all right, so I've got Stampin' Seal and a piece of Poppy Parade cardstock. that we are going to adhere this panel that I just stamped on to it. The Poppy Parade is cut to about 3 1/4 by about 4 inches. So it's a little bit wider, a little bit, and same, a little bit wider, a little bit taller, same width is what I was trying to say. And hopefully we'll get this stuck on here fairly straight and somewhat even. Just kind of want to even top to bottom as much as I can and stuck on straight. So there we go. And then I'm going to grab some linen thread and we're going to tie a little bow here. So I'm just going to wrap it around kind of the middle of the card, and I'll be able to slide it around if I don't have it exactly in the right spot as I'm putting the rest of the card together. So wrap it around here twice and give myself a little extra twine or linen thread, and then we're going to take that and we're just going to tie a bow kind of way over to the left-hand side of this panel. At least once I get the linen thread pulled a little bit tighter, that is. There we go. And I'm going to start by tying a little knot first, and that'll kind of hold everything in place so I don't have to keep maneuvering it around and holding it with, 12 fingers when I only have 10. So, whoop, there we go, tie the knot, come on. Got the half knot. For whatever reason, my fingers are just not wanting to get the other little piece of thread through there. Come on, fingers. There we go. All right. Phew. Wasn't sure we were going to get that one. All right. I'm going to slide it over just a hair because I know I need to have the bow kind of a ways over to the left. Then I'm going to make my loops for my bow. I don't know if it's because it's cold outside. My hands just don't want to tie very nicely today. They struggle some days, and today is one of them. There we go. Going to tie a little bow here, and these are way too long, which I knew that they would be. I tend to try to leave them a little bit longer as I'm tying the bow because you can always trim them off, but I did find early on in my stamping career that definitely it's harder to add on to a bow once you've chopped it too short. So, all right, I'm going to turn that over and put a couple Stampin' Dimensionals on it. So, hey, Gail, thanks for hopping in from Ohio. Are you guys freezing there? It's cold and rainy here today. We had a little tiny bit, like a few flurries of snow on Tuesday when I was live, but we haven't had any snow since then, which I'm kind of thankful for. I'm really not quite ready for the full-on snowstorms yet, but cold and rainy is just not much fun either. So, hey, Karen, glad you made it, and hopefully you didn't have to walk home in the yucky weather today. I'm going to take this and, again, just try to roughly center it top to bottom, side to side. It's a little bit easier to make it straight along the lines here because I've got my gingham paper on there, which is good news and bad news because if you get it on crooked, it's really noticeable that it's crooked. Again, ask me how I know these things because, yeah, I've done lots of sticking on all sorts of crazy. So, all right, I've got a piece of basic white cardstock. Raining in Ohio today, too. Yeah, it's one of those days, I think. And this is the larger image from the Watercolor Melon stamp set, and I'm going to use Lemon Lime Twist ink. I'll always walk no matter the weather. All right. So, inking that up with Lemon Lime Twist ink. And going to stamp it here on the basic white panel. There we go. And again, it's one of those kind of distinctive type stamps. Again, it's not really marked as distinctive on the case, so I don't know if they're officially calling it that, but I am because it gives you kind of that multi-tone look when you stamp with it, which I love. So raining in Canada too. It must be, oh, snow in Michigan. Okay, yep, not quite cold enough here for that, thank goodness. So, I've got my modern oval punch, which again is available in the current mini catalog. And I love it when Stampin' Up! Does this. They made it so that it coordinates with this cute little watermelon. So there we go. So another reason to pull out your modern oval punch. And if you don't have it yet, another reason to get it. So there we go. And then I'm going to use the other half of this and we are going to stamp another little watermelon on there. And this is going to be the little half slice of watermelon. So we've got the slice piece for the inside. And I'm going to use Poppy Parade ink. And we're going to stamp that. Ink that, I should say. And then stamp it on the basic white panel. And I'm going to give myself a little bit of room here because I do have to stamp the little rind on it. And close that up because that one I would definitely have my fingers in no time. Then I'm bringing back in Lemon Lime Twist ink and the little rind, half rind, whatever you want to call it. And this is fairly easy to line up, she says before she stamps it. And And if you don't get it perfect on there, it's all right. Actually, no, maybe I'll restamp that because it does look a little crazier, a little more crookedy than I want it to. And it's easy enough to restamp. And because I have a little extra paper, we've got like 4 tries at this, so if I really mess it up, I can keep stamping. So here we go. It's not difficult to line up when you're right over the top of it, but right now I have a camera in between me and what I'm stamping, and I also am kind of looking at it at a little bit of an angle. And so I'm having a little harder time telling exactly where to stamp it at. Hopefully we're getting it, that's much better. So, all right, and then I'm going to bring back my Pebbled Path ink. And I'm going to stamp, there's little seeds here. It's a little group of 3 seeds. There's also a single seed, so if you don't like the way the 3 seeds look together on it, you can just put a single seed and stamp a bunch of those as well. But I thought it was kind of cute doing the little group of 3 Pebbled Path ink, and we're stamping that right over the top of the watermelon image. And then I'm going to bring this punch back in, and I was happy, it's one of those happy finds, happy to discover that this works with the punch as well. So no fussy cutting or fussy cussing, as we call it in our group. Punch that out. And then I'm not very good at fussy cutting, but this is one that I can kind of do without screwing it up too badly. Then you can just take your snips, or you can even use your paper trimmer and just chop it off. So that's my kind of fussy cutting. So, all right, let me grab some Stampin' Dimensionals here, and we're going to stick the little watermelon image to the card front, and I'm going to make sure that I put the Stampin' Dimensionals near the top and the bottom of the image. Don't want to put it in the middle because I've got my twine in there, or my linen thread in there, and it will definitely make a weird lump underneath the watermelon, and we don't want lumpy watermelon. So, all right, peeling the backing. There we go, off of all of those. And then I'm going to take my little watermelon, and we're just going to stick it up here above the sentiment, kind of a little bit off-centered, but not way off-centered. There we go. And then just got the set. Oh, cool. I'm glad you're having, yeah, it's a good one. You're going to have a lot of fun using it. So then I've got another one of my I chopped my Stampin' Dimensionals in half. So my half Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to stick that under the left half, what will be the left half of my little watermelon here. And then I'm going to grab a glue dot, and we're going to stick that under the other half of the watermelon. And I'll peel that backing off. And then the glue dot I'm going to stick to the larger watermelon, and the Stampin' Dimensional we're going to stick to the card front. So this is why I was happy that I could kind of slide my linen thread around a little bit, because I got it down just a little bit too low to be able to put my little slice of watermelon on top of that. So there we go. Daryl says set for the Garden State. Yep. It's definitely a good one. So it's really cute. Oh, man. See, now you got to just get them all, Julie. That's my theory on it. Even the stuff that I don't love, I usually get, because usually somebody will make something and I'll be like, man, why didn't I get it? So, all right. Then I've got a couple of the little brushed metallic adhesive back dots. And again, these are from the current annual catalog. So I use the ones that were a little bit, they have a bit of a green tint to them. I don't even remember what color they're officially called. Oh, there the backing came off it. Ay. All right, throw that one out. Grab another one here. There we go. Fat fingers. Should have grabbed my take your pick tool, but I forgot about it. So there we go. All right. I use the ones that are, I think they're calling them bronze on here. I don't even know. They kind of have a green tint to them, so I thought they kind of went with the watermelon thing. If you have a different embellishment that you like better, you can certainly use it, but I thought these worked for it. And that's it for the card front. So like I said, super, super simple. So, all right, then going to go ahead and stamp on the inside of the card. Just going to do the little watermelon and the leaves in there. Again, I'm going to start with my Poppy Parade ink pad and try to get these lined up a little better than I did the first time on the card front. And again, I'm going to stamp it up a little bit because I need to put the little rind underneath it. So I'll get that stamped in Poppy Parade, close that one up, and then grab my lemon lime twist, and I will stamp the little rind hopefully around it, kind of straight. Well, I should say kind of lined up is more what I'm worried about than straight. Not too bad with that one either. I think maybe it just took me a few tries. I don't know. So And then I'm going to grab the little seeds again, and we're going to, if I can find the right ink pad, use Pebbled Path, and we'll stamp the little seed image, the set of 3 seeds, twice on here. And then I'm just going to add the little green leaf right around the edges, and we're going to be all done with the inside of the card too. You do need to start playing with some new things, Karen. See, that's why I'm always like, hurry, 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 getting my Christmas cards done by Thanksgiving so that I can play with all the fun new things. So, all right, going to stamp the little leaf here in garden green 2 times around my watermelon. Yeah, I think we'll actually kind of stamp it over the watermelon on that one. There we go. And close that up, and hopefully I won't stick my fingers in it. Then I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal, and we're going to put this on the inside of the card. I'm going to move this over here to put the seal on it because I'm afraid that this ink is still wet. It probably isn't, but it'll be about my luck that it is, and then I'll have green ink again all over everything. So, all right, Stampin' Seal. Going to stick this to the inside of the card base. Try to get it lined up fairly straight. Close it up and do a quick crease on the card front. And we're going to be all done. So there you go. Yeah, get Christmas done early. That's what my theory on it is. I want them done by Thanksgiving. So yay. And I made it again this year. So yay, yay, yay. All right. So that's it. So again, this is a fun new stamp set that will be available starting on January 4th. And you can get it for free with an order of $50 or greater here in the U.S. And I know it's different dollar amounts depending on where you live at in the world. But in the U.S., it's $50. You get to pick free item. And this is one of the items you can get for free. And don't forget to grab the Modern Oval Punch and I can't even remember the name, it's Modern something stamp set that coordinates with it in the current catalog, because that stamp set's going to be going away. And then you'll have 2 stamp sets you can use with it. And actually there's a 3rd stamp set that's in the mini catalog as well that coordinates with it. So then you'll have 3, and it'll be like triply as awesome. So, all right. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. I will be posting all the details for this card on my blog tomorrow, which is Saturday, and post will go live around 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. And I'll direct link to the blog post in the description of the video, so you can go over and find all the cardstock cuts and the measurements and all that good stuff tomorrow. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. I will plan to be live around 2 o'clock Eastern time next week, Tuesday. And again, around 2 o'clock Eastern time next week, Friday, here on YouTube. So until then, we will chat with y'all later. Thanks for joining, and have a wonderful weekend.